Hey guys, so it's the end of November, which means it is time to wrap up the end of November and let you know what I'm going to be reading for the month of December. First of all, I just wanted to say NaNo was over. Thank God. I enjoyed it. But it was actually a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be. I finished it a couple days ago at just over 50,000 words. I think like 50,300 and something. And I went ahead and ended my story because I was just done with it and wanted to be done. And I think I wrapped it up kind of nicely. I think I brought everything together. But yeah, I just feel like now I can go on and live a normal life and write at my leisure instead of 50,000 words in 1 month. That was insane. I totally plan on doing it next month. However, next year. So we'll see. But, you know, guys, give yourself a pat on the back if you gave it a try because it was really a lot harder than I thought. So I'm really proud of all of my friends on my buddy list because everyone really gave it a shot. So, yeah. So we have made it through that. So let's talk about what we've read this month. First of all, I only committed myself to 2 books, and those were both by booktubers, and I could only commit myself to 2 because I knew I would be writing this whole big thing, and, but I actually got 4 read. So the first book I read was Mundalia by R.J. Gonzalez. I want to say R.J. Tolkien for some reason. I guess I have The Hobbit on my brain. Anyway, I will put a picture in here somewhere, and it was a great book. I have a full review coming, and I hope everyone watches it because I know reviews don't get a whole lot of views, but I'm going to ask everyone that sees this video to watch that video when I put it up because it's such a good book and I just really want to support him and I really want him to do well, and I really believe that he is a great writer. So yeah, I'm really working hard on his review because I want it to be perfect. I've been saying I'm going to review it for a while now. Now that NaNo is over, I feel like I have time to concentrate on that review, so please go watch that when I get it posted. But I give his book 2 thumbs up, 5 gold stars, an A++, and a golden ticket because it was really that good. I really enjoyed that much. So that was the first book I read. The second book I read is Velveteen by Danny Marks. I'm not going to review this one just because everybody has read it and reviewed it. I did really enjoy it. The only thing I had a problem with was I wanted more of Velvet and Bonesaw instead of all the Purgatory stuff. Purgatory was dark and depressing and dirty, and I just kind of got a really dark feeling by reading it, which makes Danny a great writer because it's probably what he was going for, the whole feel of Purgatory. But I wanted more Bonesaw and Velveteen. I wanted more of their interaction and things like that. I'm going to give it a B++ because it was really good. At the very beginning, I thought it was a little bit too wordy for me. I thought, oh, I'm not going to be able to get into this. But I did, and it was well written. Just so the marketing aspect that kind of bothered me because it was marketed as more of a horror story and more of, you know, like a haunting story about her and Bonesaw. That's how I felt, but then when I read the book, I didn't get that. So that's not Danny Marks' fault, though. He's a great author. So I'm going to give it a B++, and I really hope that you all read it if you haven't. That was the second book I read. The third book I read is An Abundance of Catherines by John Green. Again, a really good book. I enjoyed it a lot more than I actually thought that I was going to for some reason because when I first started it, didn't think I was going to like it. But I'm going to give that an A+. It was good. And then The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. First, let me say that this book, An Abundance of Catherines, and The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime all kind of reminded me of each other. The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime was about a boy who was autistic, and the boys in these 2 books were really intelligent. I don't know, just the way they were written, if you read it, maybe you kind of picked up on certain things, but they kind of reminded me of each other. The Perks of Being a Wallflower, however, I expected great, wonderful, awesome things from it. I thought I was going to give it an A+++, but I'm going to have to kind of give it a B. It wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be. And I hate to say that, and I don't want to get any hater comments. I still really liked it and thought it was a great book and well written, and it was kind of, in my time period growing up, it was written in the 90s, and I was very young in the 90s, and this guy was in high school, but a lot of the things, it kind of took me back. Like, he said something about having a pager or something like that, and everybody had to have a pager in the 90s. Just different things like that were going on. I enjoyed that part of it. I thought it was well written. I liked how it was written in a letter format sort of thing. I'm sure there's a technical word for that I just don't know. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, I don't want to give too much away, but the thing that you find out that happens to him and you don't find it out until the end, I kind of would have liked it if you had found out more in the middle, and I don't know. But I still liked it. I'm going to give it a B+. So that is what I read this month, and for next month, I don't know what I'm going to read. The only thing for sure that I do know that I'm going to read is The Hobbit, and that's because it's for the YT Book Club. I mentioned that in my previous video. So I know I'm going to be reading that, but December is just kind of a laid-back, relaxing kind of month. I actually ended up taking more time off work than I had planned, so I have some time to get some reading done and things like that. So I don't know. January by December, wrap up January TBR is just going to be all a big surprise to both of us because I don't have a plan for December yet. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick little rundown of what I read, and be looking for my review on Medallia by RJ. Very excited to get that done, and I will see you guys later. Bye.